Before we start this, we just wanted to also tell you that this is just an attack simulation to show and educate about, or create spread awareness about cybersecurity and importance. Nothing more. So there is no data which will be collected, or any personal or sensitive information will not be used for any purpose. We'll be destroying it after the simulation is completed. So today morning, we have deployed a Wi-Fi, ROG Wi-Fi in Huddle. And we all, whenever we go to some place, we just click whichever is available free. Like internet is the first thing now we want, because we are on Instagram, we are on social media. We want to keep updated, we want to keep messages, right? So we connect wherever the first Wi-Fi available, we'll just connect on it. So we had a Huddle Wi-Fi definitely, but we also dropped a Huddle guest Wi-Fi, a fake Wi-Fi, just to showcase that how people easily fall prey for it. We go to hotels, cafes, but we don't ask a cafe or somebody to confirm whether this is the right one. If you see Starbucks or Costa, you will just connect on it, but you're not sure whether it is real Costa guest Wi-Fi or not. So once you connected, right, in today, we got a lot of emails, mobile numbers, IPs, and a lot more, including the geographical, GIS coordinates of where you are, based on what is enabled in the permission on the mobile. You could collect a lot of information. So this is just to tell you that, this is how easily we fall prey for things, and how we should take care of it. So we have something called the 7 emotions of, 7 emotional triggers of a cyber scam. Like in real life, if you look at 7 emotions, like for example, concern, right? When you are concerned about somebody of your near and dear one in danger, for example, right? We have seen a lot of scams, and India, it is very popular, including the digital arrest, one of the other scams always happening on cyber and other ways. And concern is one area where they try to exploit, where they will be, we have heard about when we go on a trip, say for example, my kid goes for a trip to maybe for Shimla, they post on Instagram. The first thing they do is before leaving the home is, I'm flying to Shimla, or I'm traveling to this place. But you know that you are revealing a lot of information than you wanted already on online, because you are connected, your mom is connected. We were maybe the first ones to connect on the Instagram and Facebook, but now if your parents, your grandparents, everybody is connected, so it's very easy to socially connect and understand who is who and what is the relationship. So they use those information to come back to you or call your parents when you are away that you are in a danger. You might have heard about the stories of kids calling home saying that they're in a danger, they lost their wallet. Could you please transfer this money to my friend's account, which is this, right? And without thinking twice, we send it as parents because we're concerned about that. So concern is one of the emotion. Love, definitely, right? Romance is very deceitful sometimes. You talk, you believe, you see that the person on the other side is real. You don't know whether it is who it is, but maybe, with the AI and everything, it's much more easier now to have those voice, those videos. And you might be, or knowingly or unknowingly, falling prey for a cyber scam by transferring funds, or maybe by being part of some kind of cyber fraud in the chain, like money laundering and stuff like that. Admiration, being on the spotlight, right? Sometimes that is another emotion which scammers use in terms of praising, in terms of being a fan of yours, something. I think we see a lot of social engineering used by sales guys as well nowadays, in terms of feeling admire for you, and you try to connect you and kind of get those information so stuff with you. Same way with guilt, if they know that, or they try to scam you saying that we were observing you remotely, you were doing something not right for the company or the culture or the country, and we have all those records captured, and now we are going to send it to the authorities, send us the money. Or otherwise we are going to, it's a kind of blackmailing, right? In terms of having some information of you collected or your activities collected. Maybe or may not be, but they are true, but this is what happens. Then fear, definitely. Scaring you about police tickets we might have seen. I mean, the best example is digital arrest, which happened. You know, we have many old pensioned, the employees and citizens lost their money, hard-earned pensions and money which was there for their life was lost because of such scams in India. And it is not in India now, it is everywhere. I get I am based out of Dubai, but then I get call from Abu Dhabi police saying that, I have done something wrong in some supermarket and you're under digital arrest. I said, okay, goodbye. I am the Dubai police, right? So this is how it happens for the fear part. And the shame is definitely like, using your pictures, morphing it, or, creating some kind of emotions that create shame on you, right? You're against certain things, certain causes, or such kind of things which they use to scam you. And the last but least is the greed. We are seeing as Malayalis, we might have been seeing this from long time. Aada Manjim, I don't know how many of you are remembering, maybe at least some of the old ones, right? Maybe the youngsters still not know about it, but we started from that. That was not a really online word, it was like newspaper ads about investing money in this one. Now we have online tradings, various financial advisors, all those things comes as part of it. Whenever we see the money doubles, we click on it, we fall for it. So this is another emotion that is getting exploited. So in a short, these are brought into attention to create that awareness that these are the emotions which as a human being you all have, and we always see human is the weakest link in any security chain. Like even if you have the controls implemented by companies, organizations, countries in terms of firewalls or the antivirus or whatever you call it on the technology side, but one click can cost millions and probably lose more than millions, a reputation of an organization, data of your critical clients as startups, because we are trying to build that trust with our customers. That customer retention is very important for us. At the same time, how we secure those data, that also brings in the investor confidence in terms of investing or sourcing investment to our startups, right? So with that, we'll just move to attack simulation. We wanted to show you how. So we're just going to show you how easy to create a phishing email, which looks like a regular email what we see every day. One of the most common emails what we see is Instagrams, Facebooks, password resets, right? So those mails which comes to us saying that, we want to kind of log in you to show something, right? Or maybe some updates to be seen, log into this particular account. So we are using just a simple tool here, which is used to create or craft phishing emails based on various templates. It's not so technical thing. It's very simple tools available in various resources which can be used. You can see there are various templates available, including Uber Eats, Instagram, Facebook. It's all pre-built with the logos, templates, and stuff. What he has done is basically just created a template of Instagram in terms of creating a login page and asking for a user ID and password. As a hacker, normally this is sent over an email to you, and once the user logs in the background, you get the credentials. You can see the password, what he has typed in has been captured in the backend by the hacker, because you get normally a link, looks like an Instagram URL, and the front page asking you to log in or change your password or log in to see some information. So we, same way, we use a lot of things like Office 365 or Gmail in your account. Now we think that username and password is an old school. You can easily capture it. But we have MFA now, right? Multi-factor authentication, which is enabled, where you have a phone OTP or some of those things, which is used for, kind of when you validate the authentication as you are a genuine human, right? You have a third-factor authentication other than user ID and password. So that's also very easy to crack, because you have AITM kind of attacks where you can create a proxy where you will be asked to provide the MFA, but the session will be caught or the cookie will be stolen, which can be used to log in into your account, bypassing all those details. Yeah. So these are the different templates available. Like you can use Facebook voting, YouTube. All those templates are available by default, which can be used to exploit the user and get the user ID and password. So we normally, when we look at a phishing email and getting that user ID and password or bypassing that MFA, we thought what we are going to lose maximum on email account. We have some information which is lost maybe on the email. I may not have nothing much important on the email which might have lost, maybe some cases. But that is only a beginning of an attack, right? Normally an attack starts from there, where you have an information where an email is got clicked, a user ID has been compromised, and access has been gained by the hacker. But the attack starts from there. It is only the beginning where you have an initial access. Once you are logged in as an internal user or as a user who have been compromised, you have been treated as an internal user, you bypass a lot of controls, you act as an internal user, you have an option to move laterally from that system or using that ID to multiple other systems and create much further impacts, like in terms of exfiltrating the data, like leaking your data or information which is important, impacting you at the end by deploying a ransomware or encrypting your data or destroying your data, and probably leaving you a note saying that, pay me this money to collect, or pay me this money to give you the key back to or decrypt your data back. So this is one such scenario we were showing, where a user gets compromised, but then further to that, a ransomware email was sent using your user account to other stakeholders or the other employees in the organization, where you never suspicious about the links, and how it can further lead to an encryption or a ransomware attack where you get your data locked out. Ransomware is nothing but your old way of blackmailing, or when we see the people, the heroine was being kidnapped, and now you ask for a ransom to be releasing the heroine in the old movies. In the same way, here you are actually using a key, encryption key, to lock your data, and you've been asked to pay a ransom to release that key for you to decrypt it back. Yeah. So this is an email which is sent by the compromised account saying that, dear employee, please find updated payroll revision sheets. Just for example, we might see at the end of the year. Now there's a Christmas and New Year season coming. There's a lot of, you can see a lot of Christmas and New Year offers that comes in terms of phishing. Similarly, during the increment time or March, April year end, year beginning, there'll be a lot of bonus, paycheck kind of emails. So this employee blindly believes that this is a document which has to be reviewed for him to get his payroll revision. He gets a payroll file which he got downloaded. Taking a bit of time to download. So just wanted to show that, once it gets downloaded, you execute the file, you get the files encrypted. But we also wanted to show the defense part of it. We may all have different detection technologies, including firewalls, antiviruses, or on endpoint security on the laptops, as well as all these different controls. But then detection is as important as protection controls, right? And this is where we have a platform which we use at F9 to defend our customers who are on our platform, where we get those alerts in early in terms of a user account compromise or a payload that getting executed on one of the endpoints, where it get blocked, as well as there is an option for you to do proactive actions based on the detections, even if when the customer is not available, monitoring 24/7, where we have that responsibility taken care. So as a platform, we use a product called Tejas XDR, which is SecureWorks, or Sophos now, which is acquired by. And we use that platform to detect and correlate all your different logs from all your different sources. And that helps us to stop those attacks proactively by having the playbooks and responses which can be conducted through that. So here, if you get seeing is what basically when that, since it was taking a little time to download the exe, we couldn't show you how it get encrypted. But once you have the defense mechanism in place, it throws alerts in terms of different logins from different sites, or if unknown logins happening on your systems or user IDs, as well as it also detects the ransomware or such kind of malicious payload execution, where it can stop using endpoint security as well as the SOC mechanism what we have in place. Once you have those alerts created, you have multiple options where you can take, SOC analysts can take proactive actions in terms of quarantining that file or isolating that machine. Or if you are on AWS or any other WAF technologies, we can also offer writing rules in terms of blocking those IPs or malicious links or payloads. That is something which we can do from the platform itself. So with that, I think just wanted to reiterate, the attacks earlier was basically you used to get a malware or an virus by plugging in a USB or sending an attachment, but now it's much more. What we have seen is a quick glimpse of how it happens, but the attacks nowadays happen starting with a reconnaissance in terms of understanding or researching about your organization, and then going towards a attack using phishing or such kind of malicious links or URLs sent to you, and gaining an initial access. Once you gain an initial access, laterally move to other systems in the organizations and do data exfiltration in terms of a double extortion mechanism. You have either you pay ransomware money to give the key. If you are not paying ransomware key, you have a good backup, then I will show you that I have your data, which I'm going to publish in dark web or other sources, whereby I'm going to shame you, or otherwise you pay me the money, right? These are the tactics what they use nowadays. So they use an exfiltration, and then they create a disruption by deploying the ransomware or deleting the files, and that's how the organization is targeted. Now, earlier what we called the hackers were one person we took looking at Hoodie, but now no more. It's an industry itself. There are initial access brokers who collect initial access information like credentials or sessions. It will be sold in the dark web to next team who comes as data exfiltrators who take the data out, and then you have the next set of people who comes and impact, which is called impact team, who will disrupt or who will destroy the data by deploying the ransomware and stuff. And then you have even negotiators or the people who will negotiate for the ransom, as well as there are money launderers who launders that money using crypto and other tools. So it's an industry by itself. If you look at it based on what we have seen in one of the largest recent research, they are the third economy globally in terms of commercially as a hacker or the cybercrime group. They represent the third economy in globally across the world. With that, I'll move to the last. This one, like we have had a draw, which we said we'll have some prizes at the end. Just want to announce that. So these are the prize you got. If you look at, we said about different emotions, right? As individuals, we have your selfies. If anybody want to collect it, we'll just send us your email and we'll collect it, send it to you. So we believe everything, right? What we see and we believe. We don't ask a second question. So what we always say is to create that awareness, human awareness in terms of, understanding that I have seen this kind of attacks. We see QR code many places in, especially in UK and some of the European regions, you have the QR code for parking. They always write there, you make sure that that is a real QR code put by the government, because the hackers put a sticker on top of it. And the moment you scan it, you lose the money there, right? So this is something which is very common. We all fall for, everything. That's what I said, like, the Manjam and Ardinte Katha Parnjodu thanne, everything we make, something we just go for it. So think before you click. And as F9, we are a cybersecurity organization. We are a multi-cloud service provider. Based out of Dubai, we also have an office in Cochin. We are helping startup ecosystem in a lot of way in terms of creating awareness, providing guidance in terms of securing their ecosystem, as well as we have conducted certain startup events very recently in Cochin, focusing on offering certain services to the startup ecosystem to protect them in terms of small organizations to protect themselves with our services. Thank you all. Thank you for the inconvenience and time because of the technical glitches. Thank you.